Okay, so I have a few pointers. If you feel you have an outline on card that is accurate in size and shape and proportion, sure, does mine look like a car yet? No, it looks like a potato, okay? But if it is accurate in size and proportion and shape, then we can start adding some detail, okay? If you want to completely start over, raise your hand if you actually feel like you're to that spot, like you're in a good spot to start adding detail, or you already started adding detail. Great. Raise your hand if you feel like you're almost there, just not done drawing, okay? Raise your hand if you think yours is terrible and you need to start over. Okay, I can help you today. Let me give some pointers to people who are ready to move on first, and then I'll walk around and help people one-on-one. Can I get your attention, please? Pencils down, eyes up front, please. I don't like repeating myself. It's kind of inevitable as a junior high teacher, but I've taught this many times, and I have some major errors that people make all the time. So I'm going to point out some common mistakes so that you don't have to make those mistakes, all right? So I'm going to wait till I have everyone's eyes up front. All pencils down. Everyone with me? Okay, thank you. All right, so we're going to add some structural details first. Do I want to add shading yet, or all the detail on the light? No, I want structural details. What are some structural details, like some main things I should draw to help me get the structure of the car right? Cool. The wheel wells, yes. And I always say draw the wheel wells and the wheels separately, okay? It's hard to draw them both at the same time and make sense of that. So wheel wells, good. What else is structural, Corinne? Windshield, awesome. Okay, so let's talk about those wheel wells and the windshield. Common mistakes. This back wheel is going to be very small, very high up, and an ellipse. I've already lost people's attention. You know what that tells me? That says, this is boring, I can't learn anything from Mrs. Larson, I'm going to ignore it. That's how I feel. I'm a very sensitive person, though. Okay. All right, so wheel wells, it's going to be very high up. So I want you to check this distance. Okay, do you have it as high as it should be? Is this angle correct? Okay, so let's get the wheel well in. Awesome. And then this wheel well is going to be very large. So I want to show you this proportion. Look, this is basically like half the size of the entire box. Do you see that? Half the height of the entire box. So make sure that wheel well is nice and big. It's closest to us, so that's why it's going to be so big. Okay? All right, now let me show you a common mistake with the windshield. This is the windshield I see all the time. Usually people laugh at my bad examples and they're like, oh my gosh, I would never do that. And I'm like, yeah, people do it all the time. All right, let me show you how to fix that error, okay? Let's pay attention to how actually horizontal that windshield is. And our mind wants to put it at an angle, but it's really quite more, a lot more flat than you might think. Okay, now the top of my car is looking kind of funny, so I could probably flatten that out and fix that a bit so it's not like such a high arch. Okay, all right, and then let's add some detail on the bumper. Okay, some of you might have a bumper that comes out close. Same thing, I've seen people draw their bumpers at this angle. Okay, see how wonky that looks? Let's make sure to keep it a little more horizontal. So check your angles with your pencil. And I have my kind of main bumper shape in the right area. Then I could add some, the side window is another good structural detail. Maybe this line right here from the windshield to the bumper is a good structural detail. Okay, see how I'm just adding the main structure, checking my accuracy before I get caught up in shading and too much detail, okay? Because if you have the whole thing shaded and then Mrs. Larson comes over and says, oh wow, you need to move the entire bumper, that's gonna suck, okay? So you make sure that your bumper is in the right spot before you shade it. All right, so structural details, then once you get that done and it's looking accurate, you can, and there are always things you're gonna have to fix along the way, okay, I'm noticing that. Then you can just keep adding the details and Go ham on it. Have fun, okay? If you're wanting to start over and needing some major help, I'm going to work with you today on that, okay? Any questions? Okay, you guys are doing awesome. Go ahead and get your car drawings out and your car pictures and get started. My tire looks flat. Looks like I have a flat tire on mine. Okay.